Ladies and gentlemen, Confidence Theatrics wishes to try an unusual experiment in dramatic presentation. We're going to present two well-known short plays. In the radio play, A Comedy of Danger, by Richard Hughes, the author created this setting for radio's dimension alone. After you hear A Comedy of Danger, we shall present Percivile Wilde's one-act play, The Finger of God. But first, the radio play, A Comedy of Danger. A gallery in a Welsh coal mine 1,000 feet below the surface of the earth.
The lights have gone out.
What's happened? Where are you?
Here.
Where? I can't find you.
Here. I'm holding my hand out.
Oh, what's that?
I'm right here. It's all right. It's only me.
Oh, you frightened me, touching me suddenly like that. I had no idea you were so close.
Catch hold of my hand. Whatever happens, we mustn't lose each other.
Oh, Jack, I hate the dark.
Oh, cheer up, darling. It'll be all right in a minute or two.
So frightfully dark down here.
No wonder there must be nearly 1,000 feet of rock between us and daylight. It's not surprising it's a bit dusky.
I didn't know there could be such utter blackness as this ever. It's so dark, it's as if there was never such a thing as light anywhere. Oh, Jack, it's like being blind.
They'll turn up the lights again soon.
I wish we'd never come down to this beastly mine. I knew something would go wrong.
It will be all right, dear. It's only the lights.
Where are the others?
Oh, they're just on ahead, not far.
Suppose we get lost.
We can't get lost, Mary darling. The others will stand still, too, until the lights go up, and then we can easily overtake them. We've only got to wait patiently.
I wish you hadn't wanted to drop behind the others. Jack, I'm afraid of the dark.
My mistake. Buck up, Mary, old girl. It'll soon be over. Listen.
There's someone coming.
Molly and incompetent idiots turning the lights off just when there's a party of visitors we're seeing the place.
Oh, it's Mr. Bax. Hello.
Hello? Who's there? Oh, of all the stupid, meddlesome idiots that I ever ran across.
Oh, Mr. Bax, what happened? Is it all right?
It's all right indeed. Leaving suddenly in the dark like this.
But has there been an accident?
Goodness knows I'd expect anything of a country like Wales. Wretched, incompetent, their houses are full of cockroaches.
Well, I suppose the only thing to do is to sit and wait for the lights to go up again.
There is no danger, is there?
Oh, danger, young lady. Well, it's damned unpleasant.
Oh, I don't know. I'm beginning to think it's rather fun.
Well, if you can find any fun in breaking your shins in the dark.
Why don't you call it fun being in a mine disaster?
Oh, this isn't a disaster. It's only the lights.
No, of course, still. You don't think it would be fun if it were a real disaster. But the lights going out might have meant a disaster, and think how thrilling it's going to be to talk about it afterwards. I say, Jack.
Yes?
Let's pretend it's serious.
What do you mean?
Well, let's pretend it's a real disaster and we're cooped up here forever and we'll never be able to get out.
Don't joke about it.
Why not? There's no real danger, is there? Let's get all the thrills we can.
Well, of all the morbid ideas. Ha! Young people nowadays.
I love thrills. Let's pretend the roof's fallen in and they can get to us.
All right, but what a baby you are. Here we are, my dear, buried alive.
Oh, Jack!
Alas, they will never find us.
Oh, Jack!
Well?
I'm so frightened!
What at?
About the roof having fallen in.
But it hasn't. It's only pretense.
Yes, but when I pretend, it seems so real.
Oh, but then don't pretend.
But I want to pretend. I want to be frightened. Only hold my hand tight, won't you? Go on.
Oh, we shall suffocate or starve both, my dear, in each other's arms.
Jack!
Oh, even death shall not part us.
Oh, Jack, don't! It's so awful!
Oh, poor lives cut so short.
Oh, don't!
Oh, there will be articles in all the newspapers.
I wish I could read them.
You can't have your funeral and watch it, young lady.
This is so fun! I wouldn't miss it for anything!
Quiet! Let's go!
Oh, Jack!
Stop screaming, you quiet!
Jack!
Pull yourself together, we're all right, we're not hurt.
No, sir, we're not hurt.
Oh, you should have to find the others?
Only an echo.
Can we find the others?
No, I don't think we could, young lady. It wouldn't be much use to us if we did.
The echo's getting louder. Jack, it isn't an echo. It's water. The mine's flooding. No.
I tell you, it's an echo.
I don't want to die. I won't.
It's got to come sometime, young lady. Isn't it better for it to happen now in your lover's arms with both of you together?
You old fool. It's all very well to be stoical with death about your age, but we're young. We've got our life before us.
Can't you keep quiet about it then, you young jackanapes? You think I want to die either? But it isn't good manners to talk about it. Where would we be if we all started screaming about it, eh? We can at least die like gentlemen.
Die like gentlemen, indeed. I tell you, it's all very well for an old chap like you. We'll die anyhow in a year or two, but it's different for us. We're young.
Well, if you want to make a scene, you should have one, sir. You think it's any easier for the old to die than the young? I tell you, it's harder, sir, harder. Life is like a trusted friend. It grows more precious as the years go by.
Ah, what's your life worth to the world? Who's dependent upon you? What good are you to anyone?
Well, what good are you, young man?
Well, one person is dependent upon me anyway.
Oh, you mean you're loved by this young lady? If you both die, what loss is that to the world? Opposite quantities cancelling out.
Oh, you beast, you cruel beast.
I must speak, madam, in common justice to my age. Since that young cub has started the subject, the old are always being twitted with their unwillingness to die.
Look here, instead of talking like this, let's do something. Let's make some sort of attempt to escape.
What do you propose to do, young man?
Why, look for some way out. We can't stay here and drown in like rats in a cage.
Oh, it's the dark. I do hate the dark. I think I could go more easily if I could just see light once before it happened.
Listen, it's coming closer.
Yes, it'll be on us in another 5 minutes.
Pray heaven it finishes off quickly.
Oh, think of dying somewhere out in the open, in the sunlight. Me being able to see you. You being able to see me. What a bliss that would be.
It's strange how little chaps wonder what will happen to them after death. One hardly thinks about it, yet I don't know. How thrilled we should be if we met a chap who really knew. In 5 minutes, we're going to know ourselves, all three of us. I've always wanted to travel. Now I'm going to.
Oh, Jack, my poor dear.
You know, I'm beginning to feel as excited about as a child going to a seaside for the first time, aren't you?
Jack, how queer you are. I never look at it like that.
Well, I wasn't in any hurry to die, but now it's coming. I feel sort of proud of myself, as if it's a wonderful thing to manage to pull off.
Oh, Jack, darling.
There's only one thing I'm sorry about.
What is it?
Oh, my work. If it wasn't for that, I'd go to death without carrying a tuppenny damn. I'd die just for the fun of the thing, to see what it felt like.
Shouldn't worry about that if I were you. The world will get on all right without you. Never you fear. And what is your work?
I write poetry.
Ha ha. Ah, you call that work?
Dad, the water's coming. It's over my feet.
Oh, courage, darling, courage.
Jack, I don't want to die. I hate it. I loathe it. I want to live.
And then don't make it harder, dear. Just, you don't think it's fun for me, do you, having to die?
Jack, it's awful. Only for one more hour. Oh, I do want to live another hour.
Oh, God, I can't be allowed to finish my work.
Oh, blast your work, sir. You think you're the only one dying before his time? I tell you, every man dies before his time, even if he lives until he's as old as Methuselah.
Oh, it's up to my knees.
Don't clutch at me like that, Mary. It won't do any good.
But the water, the current's washing me away.
Hold tight, then. Hold. Got you tight.
If only I could see you.
Just think of all the things I meant to do.
Oh, shut up about the things you meant to do, you young cub. Well, you realize we're all in the same boat. It's hard for me to die as it is you. Or worse, by God, 1,000 times worse.
Ah, you hoary old sinner. Can't you prepare to get out of the world instead of cursing at me?
Jack, let's pray.
Pray if you like, Mary. I can't.
Jack, don't.
Help! Help! No, I can't die. I'm an old man. I won't.
Hold yourself in, you old coward.
Poor Mr. Bax. I'm quite calm now. I don't mind dying a bit.
Nor do I. Now it's so close.
Help me! Help me! Help! Help!
You're good, Mr. Bax. No one can possibly hear us. The only thing is to keep calm. It won't be long now.
Oh, help! Help! Help!
What's that? Listen.
Help! Help!
Shut up, Bax. Shut up. We want to listen.
It's up to my waist, Jack!
My God, it's someone tapping. And we're here. Farther along.
They'll find our bodies, that's all.
They'll find us if they're quick enough. Farther along, sir. That's right.
They can't be quick enough. Besides, I don't want them to find me.
Help! Quicker, you fools! Help! We're drowning!
Stop. Why can't you behave sensibly?
Dear darling, I will never leave you.
How do you know to let you stay with him, you little fool? What do you know of death? Death is being nothing, not even a draft of the wind or a mere drop of the rain, not even a dratted ghost clanking in chains up on staircase.
Oh, Jack, it's up to my chin! Help me!
Yeah, let me lift you in my arms, darling, and then when it gets to my chin, we'll die together.
Tell me it isn't true what he's been saying.
No, darling, of course it's not true.
Hurry up, you dolts! You blockhead! Smash your way in! We're drowning, I tell you! Drowning! Quick! Quick!
It must be nearly through. Oh, the suspense! How much longer before we know whether we're going to live or die? I don't care which, but I do want to know.
Look! There's a hole in the roof! There's light!
It's through.
Quick, below there! Catch on to the rope!
Quick! I'm an old man!
There's a girl here.
My God, Jack. Yes, a near shave. Come along, young lady. I've got the rope.
Oh, she's fainted.
Never mind. Pass her up.
Here.
Mary is hauled up and out of the water.
She'll be all right. Give you something to write about, too, my boy. All right, above there? Have you got her?
Right. Now the next.
Up you go, quick, Mr. Bex. There's water still rising.
No, my boy. After you. You're more value in the world than I am.
Nonsense, sir. After you, you're the older man than I am. Quick, now there won't be time.
Now, you've got Mary to think about now, Jack. Haul away above there.
Jack is hauled up.
No,
out of
lower
the
me.
water.
You're holding me up. I have to be back.
We'll have you up first. There's no time to waste.
I'm all right. Lower away again. Below there. Backs. Catch hold. Have you got it? Backs. Good God, he's gone.
And now we are about to present Percivile Wilde's play, The Finger of God, originally produced July 18th, 1936, directed by Myron Sattler. Both The Comedy of Danger and The Finger of God were the first shows of the Columbia Workshop program, which lasted until January of 1947. We present Percivile Wilde's The Finger of God. The living room of Strickland's apartment. As the curtain rises, he is kneeling and burning some papers in a grate near the main door. Benson, his valet, is packing a suitcase which lies upon his open on the writing desk.
Benson,
Yes, sir.
close the window. It's cold.
Yes, sir. Why, sir, the window is closed. It's been closed all evening.
Benson,
Yes, sir.
don't forget a heavy overcoat.
I've put it in already, sir.
Plenty of fresh linen,
Yes, sir.
collars and ties.
I've looked out for everything, sir.
You sent it off the trunks this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
You're sure they can't be traced?
I had one wagon take them to a vacant lot and another wagon take them to the station.
Good.
I checked them through to Chicago. Here are the checks. What train do we take, sir?
I take the midnight. You follow me sometime next week. We mustn't be seen leaving town together.
How will I find you in Chicago?
You won't. You'll take rooms somewhere, and I'll take rooms somewhere else till it's all blown over. When I want you, I'll put an ad in the Tribune.
You don't know when that will be, sir?
As soon as I think it's safe, maybe 2 weeks. It may be a couple of months, but you'll stay in Chicago till you hear from me, one way or the other. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Have you plenty of money?
Not enough to last a couple of months.
Well, how much do you want?
500 or 600.
Wait a minute, I left that much in my bureau drawer.
Oh, Mr. Strickland,
Yes?
it's the midnight train for Chicago, isn't it?
Yes.
Hello? 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 This Finley? Yes, this is Benson. He's going to take the midnight train for Chicago. Pennsylvania. You'd better arrest him at the station. If he once gets to Chicago, you'll never find him. And, Finley, you won't forget me, will you? I want $5,000 for it. Yes, 5,000. Well, that's little enough. He's got almost 300,000 on him, and you won't turn it all of that to headquarters, will you? Yes, it's cash. Large bills. Midnight to Chicago.
Here's your money, Benson.
Thank you, sir. Shall I go now?
No, wait a minute. Flo. Hello, Pennsylvania. I want a compartment for Chicago, midnight train. Yes, tonight.
Don't give your own name, sir.
No. The name is Stevens. Oh, you have one reserved that name. Already? Well, this is Alfred Stevens. You have it reserved in that name. Then give me another compartment. What? You haven't any other? Never mind then. Goodbye. Benson, go right down to the Pennsylvania and get the compartment reserved for Alfred Stevens. You've got to get there before he does. Wait for me at the train gate.
Yes, sir.
Don't waste any time. I'll see you later.
Very well, sir.
Who's there?
Hi, sir.
Who are you?
Why, don't you remember me, sir?
No.
I'm from the office, sir.
The office?
Your office. I'm one of your personal stenographers, sir.
Oh, I suppose I didn't recognize you on account of the hat. Well, what do you want?
There were some letters which came late this afternoon.
You're bothering me with them now? I've got no time for that. You'd better go.
Well, I thought you'd want to see these letters.
Plenty of time tomorrow.
But you won't be here tomorrow, will you?
Won't be here. What do you mean?
You're taking the train to Chicago tonight.
How did you... Taking a train to Chicago? Why, of course not. What put that into your head?
Why, you told me, sir.
I told you.
You said so this afternoon.
I didn't see you this afternoon.
No, sir. Then I found this on the timetable.
Where did you find it?
On your desk, sir.
On my desk.
Yes, sir.
You're lying.
Mr. Strickland.
That timetable never reached my desk. I lost it between the railroad station. I lost it between the railroad station and my office.
Did you, sir? But it's the same timetable. You see, you checked the midnight train. I reserved a compartment for you.
You reserved a compartment.
Well, I knew you'd forget. You have your head so full of other things. So I telephoned as soon as you left office.
I suppose you made the reservation in my own name.
No, sir.
What?
I thought you'd prefer some other name. You didn't want your trip to be known.
No, I didn't. What name did you give?
Stevens, sir.
Stevens.
Alfred Stevens.
What made you choose that name?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know?
No, sir. It was just the first name that popped into my head. I said Stevens, and when the clerk asked for the first name, I said Alfred.
Have you ever known anybody of that name?
No, sir.
You're sure you never knew anybody of that name?
How can I be sure? I may have. I don't remember it.
How old are you? You're not 20, are you?
Do you think so?
And I'm 47. That was more than 25 years ago. You couldn't have known.
No, sir.
What is your name?
Does it matter? You didn't recognize my face a few minutes ago. My name can't mean much to you. I'm just one of the office force. I'm the girl who answers when you push the button 3 times. These are the letters I brought with me.
Well, what are they about?
Well, this one's from a woman who wants to invest some money.
How much?
Only $1,000.
Why didn't you turn it over to the clerk?
The savings of a lifetime, she says.
Well, what of it?
Well, she wrote that she had confidence in you. She says she wants you to invest it for her yourself.
You shouldn't have bothered me with that. Did she enclose the money?
Yes, a certified check.
Well, write her that, oh, you know what to write, that I'll give the matter my own attention.
Yes, sir. She says she doesn't want a big return on her investment. She wants something that'll be perfectly safe, and she knows you'll take care of her.
Yes, of course. Well, what else have you?
A dozen other letters like it.
All from old women?
Some of them.
Why did you bring them here?
Every one of these letters asks you to do the investing yourself.
Oh.
And you're leaving town tonight. Here are the checks. Every one of them's made out to you personally, not the firm.
You shouldn't have come here. I haven't time to bother with that sort of thing. Every man who has $5 to invest asks the head of the firm to attend to it himself. It means nothing. I get hundreds of letters like those.
Still,
Well, what?
you must do something to deserve such letters, or they wouldn't keep coming on in. It's wonderful to inspire such confidence in people.
Do you really think so?
Oh, it's more than wonderful. It's magnificent. These people don't know you from Adam. Not 1 in 100 has seen you, but they've all heard of you. And what's even more real than you is your reputation, something in which they can rest their absolute confidence.
Well, you think there are a few honest men?
No, there are many of them. But there's something about you that's different. Something in the tone of your voice and the way you shake hands. Something in the look of your eye that's reassuring. Oh, there's never a doubt, never a question about you. It's splendid, simply splendid. What a satisfaction it must be for you to walk along the street and know that everyone you must meet must say to himself, there goes an honest man. It's been quite an inspiration to me.
To you?
Oh, I know you don't remember who I am, but you don't imagine that anyone can see you as I've seen you, work with you as I have worked with you, without there being some kind of an effect, in my own troubles.
So you have troubles?
You don't pay me a very big salary, and there are others whom I must help. But I'm not complaining. I used to be like the other girls. I used to watch the clock and count the hours and the minutes till the day was over. But it's different now.
How different?
I thought it over, made up my mind that it wasn't right to count the minutes you worked for an honest man.
Are you sure I'm an honest man?
Don't you know it yourself, Mr. Strickland?
Do you remember a few minutes ago you spoke the name of Alfred Stevens?
Yes.
Suppose I told you there was an Alfred Stevens. Suppose I told you that Stevens, whom I knew, stole money. Stole it when there was no excuse for it, when he didn't need it. His people had plenty, and they gave him plenty. But the chance came, and he couldn't resist the temptation. He was 18 years old then. He didn't even know what to do with the money when he'd stolen it. They caught him in less than 24 hours. It was almost funny.
He was punished.
He served a year in jail. And what a year. His folks wouldn't do a thing for him. They said such a thing had never happened in their family. He told his family that he never wanted to see them again. He changed his name so they couldn't find him. He left his hometown. He came here.
And he's been honest ever since.
Ever since. For 28 years. It was hard at times. Terribly hard. He managed to live. It wasn't a pleasant living. It wasn't even decent living. But he stayed alive. I don't like to think of what he did to stay alive. He thought the year in jail was terrible. The first year he was free was worse. He'd never been hungry in jail.
Then his chance came.
Yes, it was a chance. He found a purse in the gutter, and he returned it to the owner before he'd made up his mind whether to keep it or not. The man who owned the purse gave him a job. Then they said he was a hard worker, and they promoted him. They made him manager. They gave him more chances to steal, but there were so many men watching him, so many men anxious for him to make a slip so that they might climb over him, that he didn't dare.
And then?
The rest was easy. Nothing succeeds like a good reputation, and he didn't steal because he knew they'd catch him. But he wasn't honest at bottom. The rotten streak was still there. After 28 years, things began to be bad. He speculated, lost all his money, and made up his mind to take other money that wasn't his. It was wrong. It was the work of a lifetime. Gone. But it was the rottenness in him coming to the surface. It was the thief He thought dead, coming to life again.
What a pity.
He'd been honest so long, he'd made other people think he was honest.
Was he wrong, Mr. Strickland?
Stevens, please. Look, I don't know who sent you. I don't know what sent you. But you've come here tonight as I'm running away. Well, you're too late. You can't stop me. Not even the finger of God himself could stop me. I've gone too far. Look, here's money. Hundreds of thousands of it. Not a cent of it mine, and I'm stealing it. Do you understand? Stealing it. Tomorrow the firm will be bankrupt, and there'll be a reward out for me. Here, if you please, is your honest man. What have you to say to him now?
The man who's been honest so long that he's made himself think he's honest can't steal.
You believe that?
I was left a little money this week, only a few $100s, hardly enough to bother you with. Will you take care of it for me, Alfred Stevens?
Good God.
What a beautiful night. Thousands of sleeping houses, millions of shining stars, and the lights beneath. And in the distance, how the stars and lights meet, so that one cannot say, here God's ends, here man begins.
Yes? You're afraid I'm going to miss the train. Well, I am going to miss it. I'm going to stay here and face the music. I'm an honest man, do you hear me? I'm an honest man. There. You see? Did you hear what I told him? Did you hear what I... Why, where are you? Where are you? Why, she's gone. She was never here at all.
Thank you for watching Confidence Theatrics' presentation of A Comedy of Danger by Richard Hughes and Percivile Wilde's one-act play, The Finger of God. The cast of A Comedy of Danger was Jack, played by Justin McCright, Mary, played by Maria Getahun, Bax, played by Jeffery Schwartz, Foley sound performed by Jim Adams, background images curated by Tillmon Figs, packaged sound by Cheryl Bolt, and I am Laura Adams, your announcer and miner.
Your cast for Percivile Wilde's The Finger of God was Strickland, played by Christopher Anderson, Benson, played by Stu Fischer, Girl, played by Lindsey June, Foley sound performed by Jim Adams, packaged sound by Maria Getahun, backgrounds curated by Peyton Avery, and I'm Colleen Robinson Miller as the voice and your announcer. Confidence Theatrics is a consulting theater company that assists with programming, education, training, production, diversity, and marketing in all facets of theater. For more information on upcoming events and opportunities, please visit the Confidence Theatrics webpage at www.confidencetheatrics.com. Let's unmask your theatrical potential together. Thanks for tuning in.